Hi guys, welcome to my channel Subhasar's classes. Today we are to cover probability. The chapter is meant for class 12 of all the Indian syllabi. So in this chapter we are talking of probability, the things that are probable to happen, the things which may or may not happen. So what are the probabilities, what are the possibilities of an event, whether it will happen or not happen. When you appear on examination, there are two possibilities, practically three. You may pass the exam, you may fail the exam, or your result may remain withheld. But actually in probability we talk of the things that really happen. If you appear the exam and with full confidence, then you must pass the exam, and if for some other reasons you do not, then you are said to fail the exam. So pass or fail are the two options, two possibilities of one experiment called appearing an examination. So if the experiment is an appearing of examination, then it has two possible outcomes, a pass or a fail. So appearing an examination, this is the experiment. It may be called a random experiment because anyone can appear it, anywhere you can apply it, any time you can appear it. So appearing an examination, a random experiment, has two possible outcomes. One may pass, one may fail. So if we take these two possible outcomes as a set, what does this make? This makes a set S, which is known as sample space. Sample space means the set that contains all the possible possibilities of the results or the outcomes of an experiment. So if S is P or F, what are the events that may happen? Events are actually the subsets of this set. There may be one event A, pass the exam or passing the exam. There may be another one, B, getting failed. In this case we can say A is a subset of S and B is also a subset of S. So the events are the subsets of the sample space. So what is probability? Probability of any event of an event A is written as P bracketed A, P of A, which is size of A by size of S, means the cardinality of the subset and the cardinality of the total. So in this case P pass will be 1 out of the 2, so 1 by 2. P fail is also 1 by 2, and you know the whole sample space is divided into a positive and a negative possibility, a success or a failure. So pass and fail are the two ends, two sides of the same coin. These are the only two possibilities. If I take this one, the other one will not happen. If this happens, this will not happen. These are called mutually exclusive events or exhaustive events. If someone passes, he must not fail. If someone fails, he must not pass. So these are mutually exclusive things or mutually exhaustive thing. Happening of one just takes the other thing out of the screen, and happening of the other will just take this thing away. These are called mutually exclusive events. What are mutually inclusive events then? Suppose you ask for tea, a cup of tea, and your mother provides it. When you take a cup of tea, you naturally take the tea powder in it, sugar in it, some milk in it and maybe some water with it. So using a cup of tea indirectly forces us to use 3 to 4 things. Sometimes a cup is also needed to contain it. So sometimes some of the events contain more things than they actually seem to contain. So such things may be mutually inclusive. Suppose you are having a set like this. Suppose you are taking a coin. A coin has two possibilities, a head or a tail. Tossing a coin, what will be the sample space? Sample space will be a head or a tail, and P of S will be total number of possibilities are 2 and total is 2 upon 2, so 1. Sample space, probability of sample space always becomes 1 because this is whole by whole. And what is P of H? Probability of a head, the chances of occurring is 1, so 1 upon 2. P of tail, it is also 1 upon 2. And if we add these two probabilities, P of H and P of tail, then we find that it is equal to P of S, because 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 becomes 1. So what are these two things again? These are mutually exclusive, because for mutually exclusive events we find if A union B is S, if two sets combine to form sample space and there is nothing in common, A intersection B cannot happen. Means say pass union fail is sample space, pass intersection fail is phi. Why? Because nobody can pass and fail simultaneously. If you pass, then do not fail. If you fail, then do not pass. So pass and fail being just mutually exhaustive, they do not happen. One happens means the other will not happen. So in this case, A intersection B is phi, and in set theory you know that A union B, the cardinality of A union B is cardinality of A plus cardinality of B minus cardinality of A intersection B. And you know here if this is S, this will be cardinality of A, means here it can be written as this is A, this is B, and A intersection B is phi, and the cardinality of phi is 0, so this will be minus 0, so plus B. When A union B becomes A plus B, then we call these two things, these events, to be mutually exhaustive or mutually exclusive. And in this case what happens? Probability of the two, P of A plus P of B, becomes P of A intersection B, and since P of A intersection B in this case is S, so they become P of S. So in this case, if A happens, then B does not happen, so this will be not happening of A, AC, complement of A. And you know A union AC is S, in set theory it is E, and in probability it is S. So we can say P of A plus P of AC is P of S, which is equal to 1. So we get a new formula, that is P of A is equal to 1 minus P of AC, and P of AC is equal to 1 minus P of A, because A and AC can't happen simultaneously, they are mutually exclusive events. But if A intersection B is not equal to phi, then A intersection B will not be equal to 0, cardinality will not be 0, then probability of then A plus B minus A intersection B will make our A union B, and these events are called mutually inclusive. So in case of mutually inclusive events, A intersection B exists. Two things simultaneously occur. Suppose you throw a die, then sample space S is in a Ludo you have played, the sample points are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If there is an event choosing an odd or even, then we choose all. In this case, no number can be odd and even simultaneously, but if choosing an odd number and B is choosing a prime, and C is choosing a prime, uneven, then see what are the sample points. Choosing an odd, you can choose 1 3 5. Choosing a prime, you can choose 2 3 5. Choosing uneven, you have 2 4 6. So do these sets have something in common? See, A intersection B is here. What is the common between these two? 3 is common, 5 is common, so 3 5 is common. And here, is there anything common? There is 2, there is, and the 2 are different, so B intersection C is 2. So see, in these cases we have something in common, so these are mutually inclusive events. When you take two events together, you will find mutually inclusive events. So when you find A union B, what will be A union B? See, you have 1 here, 2 here, 3 both, and 5 in both, so you get 4. But what is, so A union B, cardinality of A union B will be 4. And see, what is cardinality of A? A is 3, B is 3, C is also 3. So A plus B, you can clearly see that is 3 plus 3 is equal to 6, which is not as equal to A union B. So what do we find here? The things, something, when there is a common event, if there is something in common between two events, if the possible outcomes have something in common, then they are mutually inclusive. If they do not have anything common, like pass or fail, light or dark, or present or absent, then such things will be mutually exclusive. So in this way we know about some experiments, events, sample points, sample space. And to conclude, what are the necessary formulae? We have P of A is size of A upon size of S. P of phi is size of phi by size of S. So it will be 0 by sample space S. So this will be 0. And P of S will be size of S by size of S. So it is equal to 1. So two of the results are already known. This is not known. So we can write the maximum value is 1, the minimum value is 0. So P of A always lies between these two values, and we write 0 less than equal to P of less than equal to 1. This is a formula which otherwise can also be written in the form of set theory. P of phi less than equal to P of A less than equal to P of S. Why? Because phi is a proper subset of A, which is also a proper subset of S. Using this rule of set theory, we have found this, and from that we have found this. So this concludes this class. The aim of this class was to introduce probability. Now you know what is probability, what kind of things we are going to study in it. In the coming class we shall go in details according to the syllabus, and till that let us conclude this chapter. If you like this video, then please subscribe my channel Subhash Arts Classes. You will get many videos relating to your education, relating to your educational needs and the forthcoming examinations. If you really like to study with me your different educational things, then please subscribe my channel, and till the next class, let us conclude it here. Thank you. Bye.